בעזרת השם נעשה ונצליח. יהי רצון שדברי התורה שנאמר יהיו לעילוי נשמות כל מתי ישראל בכל הדורות, בכללם למרת אמי מורתי ועטרת ראשי, בניו של ג'וליאט, בת דוד ונזי, וגם לרפואה שלמה של כל חולי ופצועי ישראל בכל אתר ואתר. Once again, we're reading the stories of the spies that went to investigate the land of Israel before occupying it. And once again, we read that the Meraglim came and spoke evil about the land. And as we're reading the story year by year, we have to learn something from that. Yes, we all know we are not allowed to speak Lashon Hara. We all know that we have to guard our actions, our view, what goes in our mouth, what comes out from our mouth, what do we hear, what do we see. Everything must be kosher. But year after year, we're reading it, and I'm not sure if we are trying enough to guard ourselves. Just before the airplane were invented, ships weren't coming so often to Israel, and often a person who wanted to come to Israel in those times, he had to either take his horse, donkey, and slowly, days after days, weeks after weeks, maybe after a few months, to reach the border of Israel. And one of those Hasidim who wanted to come to Eretz Israel did this way. Took him a long time, but finally, very tired, very hungry and thirsty, he reached the border of Eretz Israel. It was towards the late afternoon, and he got to the place and he saw a tree of apples. Of course, he just went, took one apple, ate it, another one, quite a few of them, just to satisfy his hunger and his thirst. And he was so tired that he just fell on the land and fell asleep. The next morning when he wakes up, he realized that he is in a place that belonged to someone. And soon he understood that he is in the land of Israel, and he regretted that he ate those apples. Here, the very first hour that I'm in Israel, the Holy Land, and already I made a big sin. I am a gazlan, I'm a robber. I ate apples without asking permission from the owner. He decided to go to the nearest house. Now he knocks on the door. A man opened for him the door, and he said to him, "Listen, I just came from another country. I was very tired, very hungry, very thirsty, and unfortunately I saw those apples and I ate a few of them without asking permission. Please forgive me, mechila. I will pay whatever you will ask me. I just don't want the very first thing that I did coming to Eretz Israel to be a sin of robbery." The man looked at this guy, young guy, looks very religious, and he said, "You know what? I'm willing to forgive you, but I have a condition. Anything, whatever you will ask from me, I will do for you." "Well, I have a sister and I would like you to marry her. No problem, I'll do. But there is a problem, the man said. She cannot see. She cannot see? Since he promised to do everything, he bit his tongue and said, oh, well, I promised, I'm a man of my word, I will marry her. Then very good. I myself, I forgive you, but I have another brother that you have to ask him for forgiveness. Okay, can you call him? No, you go to that door there, and he pointed to another place, and ask for forgiveness from my brother. So he goes, knock on the door, and a man opened for him the door, and he tell him the story. I came from another country, tired, hungry, thirsty. I took some of the apples without asking permission. I'm asking for mechila. I've been by your brother, and he said to me to ask from you. Well, if my brother forgave you, I'm willing to forgive you, but there is a condition to that. Oh yeah, I know, your sister. I said to him that I'm willing to marry her. Well, there is a problem with her. I know, he told me. She cannot see. Yes, but there is a problem also. She cannot hear. What? She cannot see and she cannot hear? Yes. Well, if you're willing to marry her, I'm willing to forgive you. No, what can I do? Okay. Well, very nice of you, but you have to ask permission and forgiveness from my other brother. He is in that door there. And he goes, knock on the door. A younger man opened for him, and he said to him the whole story. And he said to him, well, I'm willing to forgive you in one condition. Yes, I know, your sister. Well, I promised to the other two brothers of you that I will marry her. But you know, there is a problem. I know. She cannot see, she cannot hear. I know, they told me. Well, she cannot talk also. She cannot talk, cannot hear, cannot see. Wow. He was so determined to get their forgiveness that he said, you know what, I'm willing to marry her, but please forgive me. I don't want to go to heaven and having this sin on me. Well, no problem then. I forgive you, but my youngest brother, our youngest brother, you need to ask him also. And if he will forgive you, then that's it, no problem with all of us. Okay? He goes to the direction that he was pointed to, knock on the door. A young man opened for him the door. He told him the whole story. And the guy said, well, I'm willing to forgive you. One condition. Yes, I know, your sister. Well, there is a problem with her. Yes, I know. She cannot see, she cannot hear, she cannot talk. I said I'm willing to marry her. Just please forgive me. Well, there is another problem with her. What? Well, she cannot walk. Wow. He's looking at heaven and said, God, what did I do to deserve this? Nevertheless, he said, I'm willing to marry her. Well, let's marry her. Let's get married today. The brothers arranged everything, invited the guest, and just before the chuppah started, he said to the brothers, please do me a favor. I'm afraid I'm going to have a cold feet. please separate us with a heavy curtain, so I will not see her, and therefore I will not regret what I'm doing, and I break off the wedding just before it started. Okay. The chuppah done. The guests were dancing. He himself was crying to God, what did I do to deserve it? Why I should suffer so much all of my life just because I wanted to ask for mechila for the sin of gezel, robbery. Please God, help me. Night came. The brothers were very, very generous. They gave him a house. This is your house for you and your wife to live for the rest of your life. And he just asked him, you know what, I want to be in one room and let her be in another room. Right now I cannot look at her. I cannot do anything with her right now. Let me adjust to my situation. No problem. The whole night he couldn't sleep, of course, crying to God, crying for his bad situation, his bad luck. Here I wanted to come to Eretz Israel, to be mitnachel, to settle myself in Eretz Israel, to fulfill mitzvat yishuv haaretz, and this is the reward that I get. He was crying. At the end he fell asleep from so much crying. In the morning he woke up hearing some knocks on his door. Yes, he heard a voice of a woman ask him, would you like coffee? Well, who are you? I'm your wife. You can talk and you can hear? Please come here. She opened the door and she's walking. And she can see him. And she's beautiful. Young lady. And he said, you are the one that I just got married with last night? I am the one, no other. But they said to me, I don't know what they said to you. He got so upset. And he said to her, please call right away your brothers. They came. What happened? And he started screaming at them. How dare you lying to me? How dare you put me in such a situation? Just coming to Eretz Israel, it's not nice. Why you lie to me? And they said to him, we did not lie to you. We said, she cannot see. Absolutely. She will not see anything that's not proper for her to see. She will not hear. She will not hear anything that she shouldn't hear. If it's not kosher, she will not hear whatsoever. And of course, she will not talk things that a person should not talk. And she will never walk to places that this human being would not go. And this is what we said to you. She cannot see, she cannot hear, she cannot talk, and she cannot walk. When we saw you coming to us and asking for forgiveness for eating a few apples, this never happened. We saw that you are a righteous person. And since we know that our sister is righteous as you are, we decided that you, each one of you, deserve the other one. My brothers and sisters, this is a story. But we all should be blind, be deaf. We should not see what we shouldn't see. We should not talk what we shouldn't. And of course we should not listen, and absolutely, absolutely, we should not walk to places that are forbidden for a Jew to go there. If we all do that, this sin of Lashon Hara, this sin of talking bad about people, about the land of Israel, about anyone, will not occur again, and speedily we will bring Mashiach Tzidkenu, bimhera b'yameinu, amen ve'amen. Bracha ve'atzlacha to all.